Two guys walked into the same dealership on the same day. Same car, same color, same trim level, everything identical. One of them left feeling like a genius. Low payment, brand new car, zero stress. The other one left feeling the weight of a 5-year loan on his chest. 6 years later, they had completely switched places. And the guy who felt like a genius, he was back at the dealership, again, signing another contract, again. My name is your name, and today I'm going to show you exactly why, with actual numbers, because the monthly payment they show you at the dealership is designed to hide the truth. Let's get into it. Let's keep this completely fair. Same income, same car, same dealership, same day. Jake earns $55,000 a year. Marcus earns $55,000 a year. They both want the same $30,000 sedan. Jake signs a 36-month lease, $2,000 down, $299 a month. The salesman tells him he's getting a great deal, low monthly, full warranty, brand new car, and in 3 years he just hands the keys back. Clean, simple, no strings. Marcus takes a 60-month loan at 6% interest, $3,000 down, $522 a month. That's $223 more every single month than Jake. The salesman doesn't need to say anything. Marcus can already feel that difference. And standing in that dealership, looking at those two numbers, $299 and $522, the answer looks obvious. Jake wins, clearly. Except the monthly payment is the most misleading number in that entire building, and I'll show you why. For 3 years, Jake is living the dream. Brand new car, that new car smell, full manufacturer warranty. Something breaks mechanically? Covered. Brake pads? Covered. Air conditioning dies in July? Covered. Jake's only costs are his lease payment, insurance, and gas. That's it. No surprises, no anxiety, no large repair bills showing up out of nowhere. Marcus? Different story. He's paying $522 every month and watching his car lose value in real time. The moment he drove off that lot, his $30,000 car was worth around $27,000. By the end of year 1, about $23,000. Year 2, maybe $20,000. And his loan balance? Still sitting around $22,000. That means Marcus owes more than his car is worth. That's called being underwater. And psychologically, it feels terrible. Every payment feels like it's going into a hole. Jake sees this. Everyone around Marcus sees this. And the verdict seems obvious. Jake made the smart call. Let's check the actual scoreboard at the end of year 3. $12,764 Jake paid total. $21,792 Marcus paid total. Jake has spent $9,028 less than Marcus. On paper, Jake is winning by nearly $10,000. That's not a small gap. But year 3 is where the story turns. Jake's lease is up. He drives back to the dealership. He has 3 options. 1. Buy the car at its residual value. For a $30,000 car, after 3 years, that's usually $16,000 to $18,000. 2. Walk away, hand the keys back, owe nothing. 3. Lease a brand new car and start the whole cycle again. Jake does what 80% of leasers do. He leases again. New car, new contract. Another $2,000 at signing. Another $299 a month. Another 36 months. He's back to month 1. The odometer resets. His payment counter never does. Now look at Marcus. He's 36 months into a 60-month loan. He still has 24 payments left. That's frustrating. But here's the difference. Marcus has an end date. It's circled on the calendar. Every single payment he makes brings him one step closer to owning this car outright. Every dollar Marcus spends is buying him a piece of something. Every dollar Jake spends is renting a piece of something. One is a conveyor belt. The other has a finish line. And that distinction, over time, is worth tens of thousands of dollars. Month 60, Marcus makes his final payment. That's it. Done. The car is his. No more monthly payments. From this point forward, Marcus's only car-related costs are insurance, gas, and maintenance. For the average sedan, that runs about $100 to $150 a month. Oil changes, tires, brakes, the occasional repair. Jake, still swiping his card for $299 every month. He doesn't think about it much anymore, because it's just become part of his life. That's the danger of leasing. It normalizes a permanent car payment. It becomes background noise. But background noise still costs money. Let's check the scoreboard at the end of year 6. $25,528 Jake spent, owns nothing. About $22,000 Marcus's effective cost, car and driveway. Jake spent more, Marcus spent less, and has a car worth $11,000 to $13,000 sitting in his driveway that he fully owns. The flip happened quietly, but it happened. And from here, every single month that passes makes Marcus's position stronger and Jake's weaker. The monthly payment is the number the dealership puts in front of you. It's the number on the commercial, on the website, the number the salesman writes on the little card and slides across the desk. What they don't slide across the desk is the list of conditions attached to that number. Mileage caps. Most standard leases allow 10,000 to 12,000 miles per year. Sounds reasonable, until you realize the average American drives about 13,500 miles a year. That means the average driver is already over their limit before the lease even ends. The penalty? Typically 15 to 25 cents per mile over the cap. Drive 5,000 miles over your limit across a 3-year lease. That's $750 to $1,250 due on the spot when you return the car. You don't find out until the end. It just shows up on your final bill like a surprise tax. Wear and tear. The dealership inspects the car when you return it. That door ding from the parking lot. The coffee stain on the back seat. The curb rash on the wheel from that one parallel parking attempt. All billable. And normal wear and tear is defined by the leasing company, not by you. What you consider normal, they might consider a $300 charge. Disposition fees. Most people don't even know this exists. When you return a leased car and don't lease another one from the same dealer, you're charged a disposition fee, typically $300 to $500, just for them to process and resell the vehicle. You are literally paying them to take the car back. Early termination. And if your life changes mid-lease, you move to a city where you don't need a car, you lose your job, your family situation changes, getting out early can cost you the entire remaining balance of the lease. There is no simple exit. You are locked in. These costs don't show up in the $299, but they show up eventually. Now, if I only showed you the downsides of leasing, I wouldn't be giving you the full picture. Buying has real costs that people like to downplay. Once that manufacturer warranty expires, usually around year 3 or 4, everything is on you. Brakes wear out, tires need replacing. The AC compressor fails on the hottest day of the year. And unlike a leased car, there's no one to call. You're either paying the mechanic or learning to fix it yourself. For a typical sedan, maintenance costs average around $1,200 to $1,800 a year once you're past warranty. Some years it's just oil changes and new tires. Other years it's a $2,000 transmission repair that ruins your entire month. And depreciation is real. Your $30,000 car is worth $20,000 after 2 years and maybe $12,000 after 5. That value didn't go anywhere useful. It just evaporated. The difference is that depreciation slows down dramatically after the first few years. A 5-year-old car doesn't lose value nearly as fast as a brand new one. So the longer you hold, the less depreciation hurts. Time is the buyer's best friend. Here's where the full story comes together. Over 10 years, Jake has leased 3 to 4 cars. Each cycle costs him roughly $12,000 to $13,000 in payments and fees. Add in mileage overages, wear and tear charges, and disposition fees across multiple leases, and Jake's total 10-year spend lands somewhere between $45,000 and $52,000. At the end of year 10, Jake has no car. Or rather, he has a car, but it was never his. Marcus paid $34,320 for his loan. After that, he spent approximately $10,000 to $14,000 on maintenance and repairs over the next 5 to 7 years of ownership. His total 10-year spend is roughly $44,000 to $48,000, and he still has a car in his driveway. Older, sure, but worth $4,000 to $6,000 and fully paid for. $45K to $52K Jake, 10 years, no asset. $44K to $48K Marcus, 10 years plus owns car. The difference over a decade is somewhere between $15,000 and $25,000, and that's just one car. Most people repeat this cycle 3, 4, 5 times over their adult life. Multiply that gap by 5, and you're looking at a 6-figure difference in lifetime wealth between someone who habitually leases and someone who buys and holds. I'd be lying if I said leasing never makes sense. There are specific situations where the math tilts in leasing's favor. Jake and Marcus both walked into that dealership thinking they were making the smart play. Jake thought he was saving money. Marcus thought he was building equity. Neither of them actually sat down and ran the numbers past month 1. The real trap isn't leasing, and it isn't buying. The real trap is making a $30,000 decision based on a monthly payment, without ever asking what this costs you over 5 years, 10 years, a lifetime. The next time someone slides a monthly payment across the desk and it looks almost too good to be true, ask yourself one question: what does this actually cost me when it's all over? Because that is the only number that matters. If you're thinking about skipping the loan entirely and just paying cash up front, that's a completely different conversation, and the answer might actually surprise you. That's the next video. Follow so you don't miss it, and if this helped you, share it with one person who's about to walk into a dealership. It might save them $20,000. Business owners, if you're self-employed or own a business, lease payments can be partially or fully deductible as a business expense, depending on how the vehicle is used. That tax advantage can erase the ownership gap entirely, and in some cases, make leasing the clearly smarter move. Luxury and high-performance cars. If you're driving something where out-of-warranty maintenance is genuinely brutal, an oil change costs $500, a brake job costs $4,000, leasing keeps you inside the warranty window permanently. Leasing a BMW is a very different conversation than leasing a Honda Civic. The disciplined investor, if you take the $223 a month you save by leasing over buying and actually put it into an index fund averaging 8 to 10% annually, you could theoretically come out ahead over a long enough timeline. But that requires discipline that most people simply don't have. Be honest with yourself about whether you'd actually invest that money or just spend it.